Hey, good radioactive morning, neighbors. So, Greenpeace released a little article, and it hasn't been picked up in very many places, about high radiation readings near one of the Olympic villages. They do point out it's a hot spot. This is the challenge that Japan is going to face for the rest of its radioactive life, right? Because of the way these materials move around in the soil, in the air, and migrate, and plants and animals consume them and accumulate them for generations. The biological uptake effects are going to show over decades because as the food chain accumulates these materials, this is what happened in fish, pelagic fish, the top predators of the ocean that are contaminated with heavy metals from mostly coal burning and coal ash and that part per million discussion of air particle size. So this is how this accumulation works. We've all heard of heavy metals in tuna, right? Lead and mercury in tuna is a real problem, challenge, issue, however you want to label it, and it just disappeared from conversation. But that started when I was young. I can remember when the swordfish ban was put in place because I loved swordfish, still do, but don't have it anymore. So that was 40 years ago. Swordfish was noted, the public was informed, and some measures were taken to try and help decrease heavy metal burden in human populations. So you notice how quickly this can get deep. You get into the measurement sciences and how much we know about specific materials and their flow in the environment. This is the natural flow of our planet we're discussing, right? The tides come in, the tides go out, and we know exactly why. We understand. If you want to know, you can go find out. So these radiation maps that we look at, one of the important things in them is consistency or trust in the readings, in the information. I can go to any radiation map that many others have disparaged and still use it. I haven't found a detector on a map that I couldn't understand its relationship to other detectors. So when those maps are made, they need to be made correctly. A lot of these that you look at are dated. They're very old. It's embarrassing how poorly that portion of science is presented to us because it breaks some beliefs, our understanding of what's out there. So plume maps in radiation dispersal, in pollution dispersal, okay? I keep talking radiation, but I'm talking about how pollutants work in the environment. This has cost us trillions of dollars ignoring it in long-term effects. So there you go. So the importance of the readings that Greenpeace is doing in Fukushima, and the greater importance is their ability to spread the message and the size of their organization. And yet you don't see any news about that. So what Greenpeace is doing, the survey method they're using, has been replicated by other people. It is hard to find on maps or mapped out. These are individuals that have taken readings and shown hotspots much hotter than what was pointed out by Greenpeace. Much hotter. And these are little hot spots of radioactive particulate fallout from the Fukushima event that has washed down from the areas around and concentrated in puddles. You can consider these heavy metals, these heavy minerals, materials, ceramics, whatever you wish to call them, This nuclear radiation source came from Fukushima, and again, has traveled across their countryside. So what happened is rule changes for everyone that lives there. But no one wants to admit about these rule changes. If you have children, this is the biggest precipice we have, is the destruction of the next generation, right? Nuclear has the ability, pollution has the ability to do that, destroy the next generation. You can go back and look at the history of Bhopal, India. Please do. One of the reasons I don't take the time to put together materials is you need to go find these and understand what is being talked to. And you're going to realize that our pollution never went away from all of the fights that we've had. It got a little bit better and it got moved, and that little bit better increased production until it overwhelmed any improvements that we had made. These factories cost millions and billions of dollars to build and move. They are some decades in the design and built on the foundation knowledge of science, chemistry, physics, and is why I can sit here on this foolish cell phone and talk to you. This is the stark reality of global supply chains. Go look at your grocery shelf. Look at the source, the origin for anything on your grocery store shelves. And when you're driving home from the store, point out which field those goods were grown in nearby. So, pollution of so many aspects of our social construct is abundant. Oh well, coffee morning. I've got 407 videos out. I'm clocking somewhere at 2 or 3 a day. I hope someone's enjoying, and your coffee's tasty. See you tomorrow. Peace out.